Hi, Jillian. Testing my mic and video.
Yep, I can see and hear you just fine.
Excellent. Thank you. Hi, Alex.
Hey, Naomi.
How are you?
I'm good. Hanging out at home because right in the middle of this meeting is the fire drill. And that would have been just super exciting to have the alarms go off.
Right.
That would have added a new dimension to the whole thing. Or they wouldn't let me back in the building, right?
That's the other part, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had some other accommodations. That's great.
Yep.
Hi, Representative Billings.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am hanging in there. How about you?
Good. Happy Tuesday. It's so strange having these on a Tuesday, you know. Every once in a while we got to change it up. Keep it fresh.
That's right. That's right.
Hello, Representative Swearengin.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, hear you great.
Excellent.
Thank you.
You bet.
See you.
Hello, Alex.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Doing good.
Just going to give it a couple more minutes for folks to join, and then we'll get started.
Okay, thanks, Naomi. Good morning, Representative Swearingen.
Good morning, Commissioner Billings. How are you, dear?
I am very good and hoping that my dog behaves during this meeting.
Put him on camera.
She's sleeping on the floor. I just want to leave her there. It's
All
like
right, okay.
like a sleeping baby. You don't rile her when she's calm.
Jillian, do you see if Barb is on? I don't see her yet, and I know we're waiting for Representative Wiki as well.
No, I don't see either of them on just yet. Well, there's Representative Wiki, but I don't see Barb just yet.
I'll ping her real quick. Good morning, Representative Wiki. Welcome.
Good morning.
That's everyone.
Barb, have you joined?
I don't see her, and I did try calling and I wasn't able to reach her. So I think we can go ahead and get started, and we'll just catch her up when she is able to join the call. And welcome, Secretary Blumenfeld. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll continue to try to get in touch with her. She might be having some difficulties, but I think we can start.
All right. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to call to order the Higher Education Subcommittee meeting. Before we begin, Naomi Demers would like to quickly brief us on the procedures for the meeting. Then Julian will take the roll call to ensure all subcommittee members are present. Naomi, please go ahead.
Thank you, Representative Billings. Good morning, everyone. It looks like Barb is joining us. Thank you, Barb. We have all the members now on the Teams call. Just a reminder to please mute your phone or device if you are not speaking. Also, just a note, we have an other business item on the agenda today. Both subcommittees will be discussing the item 17 in the subcommittee meeting. Representative Billings will be taking up the item for voting in the full commission. Jillian, go ahead and take the roll. Thank you.
Thank you, Naomi. Representative Billings.
Here.
Representative Swearingen.
I'm here.
Representative Wiki.
It appears I am here.
Barb Worcester.
Here.
A quorum is present. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jillian. The first item on our agenda is item number 11 for UW-Madison. It's the Spring Street property acquisition. Let's have Josh, go ahead.
Item number 11 for the University of Wisconsin system, request authority to purchase a 0.0972 acre parcel of land and improvements located at 1101 Spring Street in the city of Madison for $900,000 plus closing costs. And our very esteemed partner, Miss Alex Rowe, is here to provide some more information.
Thank you, Josh. This acquisition is the next step in the process to acquire properties bounded by Spring, Mills, North Charter, and Regent Streets. We have 3 parcels remaining. This is the first of those. This is the former Landmark Credit Union building. We obtained 2 appraisals, and the accepted price is within the 2. Long-term, we intend to construct a new parking ramp once we obtain all the necessary parcels and relocate the stores and custodial operations at 45 North Charter Street.
All right, thank you, Alex. Any comments or questions from committee members? All right, seeing none, then without
I just had a quick question for Alex.
I didn't see you, Barb,
When
sorry.
do you expect the other properties to become available, Alex?
I couldn't answer that question at the time. As you probably can imagine, all of the property owners in this part of the city are well aware that we wish to acquire their properties. Yeah. So we have to do this, I think, when either they become available or the price is within an appraisal range, right? Because sometimes people might have a different expectation than what we might be able to acquire them for. So, I mean, I know the university is hopeful that we could do this in the next few years, but again, it's parcel by parcel.
Thank you.
No, I have a question.
All right,
Alex,
Representative Wiki.
Thank you. Alex, what were the 2 appraisal amounts that came in?
So we appraised it at $870,000 and $950,000, and the closing price is $900,000 plus closing costs are right in the middle.
And were those 2 appraisals made available to the public?
I don't know if they're made available to the public. The Department of Administration has them, and should they be requested, we can probably provide them.
Interesting. Thank you.
Okay. Any further questions or comments from committee members? All right. Then without objection, I'll move to forward this item to the full commission with unanimous consent. And so moved. Our next item is item number 12 for UW Parkside Building Trust Fund request. Go ahead, Josh.
All right, item number 12 for UW Parkside seeks the release of $1,533,000 in building trust funds for planning to prepare preliminary plans and a design report for Wiley Hall renovation completion project at Parkside. And Alex is here to provide some more detail.
So on behalf of UW Parkside, we're requesting release of building trust funds to advance plan the renovation of the remaining 3 floors of Wiley Hall. In 2017, Wiley Hall's Phase 1 project was enumerated and work was completed a few years ago. It allowed us to repurpose and redesign student support spaces to provide more open and welcoming offices, promoting student success. This project completes the renovation of the building and protects previously completed work. Systems are failing and the roof is leaking. This project has been approved by the Regents for consideration as part of the 25-27 capital budget request.
All right, thank you, Alex. Any comments or questions from committee members on item number 12?
Yes, I have a comment.
Representative
So Alex, as I said in my briefing yesterday, my expectation is that if they want to be on the 25-27 biennium, we better have bids going out during that. Otherwise, I will not support the project until we can get it bid out in the biennium that they want the commitment.
Thank you, Representative Wiki, for the reminder. It is our intention to ensure that this project can be bid within the 25-27 biennium. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Representative Wiki. Any other comments or questions? All right. Then without objection, I move item number 12 to the full commission with unanimous consent. And so moved. Next item is item number 13 for UW Stevens Point, the Briggs Street property acquisition. Go ahead,
Yep.
Josh.
Item number 13, request the authority to purchase a 0.152 acre parcel of land and improvements located at 2032 Brick Street in the city of Stevens Point for $215,000 plus closing cost. And Alex remains on the line to provide additional detail.
Thanks to this building commission, we've been able to acquire many of the houses along Briggs Street. We have 2 remaining, this one and the one at the far end of the street. This allows us to acquire the single family parcel from the corner. We intended to convert this site overall into an academic building. However, due to the conversion of the Collins Classroom building into the Century School of Business, parking is going to be taken away, and it remains the highest need on campus. The university's long-range plan contemplated a new parking ramp, which is no longer being considered due to cost. So a short-term use of this site overall would be for parking. Obtained appraisals by the university and the owner matched the accepted acquisition price.
Thank you, Alex. Any comments or questions from committee members?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Representative
Alex,
Woodson.
I noted in the information that a master plan of 2007 is quoted in there. Please tell me that there's been an update to that master plan and we're not relying on something from 2007.
So, Representative Wiki, our master plans run anywhere from 10 years to 25 years in length. I will tell you that as a system, we are contemplating updates to many of our campus plans right now and are intending to go out and do an update to all of those. This would be one of those plans. Long-term, however, the amount of parking has not changed at that institution, and I don't think that the acquisition of this house as well as the remaining house would not again show up in that campus plan because it allows us to complete this block.
So the answer to my question is the plan has not been updated since
No, it has not been updated. No.
Okay,
No.
that's all I want to know.
All right. Thank you, Representative Wiki. Any other comments or questions from committee members? All right, then without objection, I move the item number 13 to the full commission with unanimous consent. So moved. The next item is item number 14 for the UW system 2023 to 2025 instructional space and technology projects program. Go ahead, Josh.
Item number 14 seeks authority to release $10.6 million for the 23-25 Instructional Space and Technology Projects Program, and Alex will provide additional detail.
So there are 3 projects before you. First, at UW Eau Claire, the Haas Fine Arts Design Studio Renovation Project reconfigures 2 graphic design computing laboratories and converts the printmaking studio into a multidisciplinary laboratory and renovates the painting studio. The ventilation system serving these spaces will be upgraded, replaced, and or augmented to provide adequate ventilation. Next, at UW La Crosse, the Wing Technology Center Computer Science Lab renovation project converts a television studio into a new computer science instructional laboratory. New instructional technology and resulting configuration will allow flexible instructional use for the computer science department. And then lastly, at UW River Falls, the Agricultural Engineering and Agricultural Science Lab project renovates 2 agricultural engineering annex rooms and 2 spaces in the Agricultural Science Wing to support new academic majors and modernize existing spaces.
All right, thank you, Alex. Comments or questions from committee members? All right, hearing none. Without objection, I move item number 14 to the full commission with unanimous consent. So moved. Our next item is item 15 for UW system, the 2023 to 25 minor facilities renewal program. Go ahead, Josh.
Item number 15 requests authority to release $32.8 million for several projects under the 23-25 minor facilities renewal program, and Alex is here to provide additional detail.
Thank you, Josh. So starting with UW Green Bay, this project will replace the fire alarm and smoke detection systems across 9 buildings in their campus-wide fire alarm and smoke detection system replacement project. Systems to be replaced under this project are primarily 1977 vintage with various ad hoc additions and renovation and modifications. At UW La Crosse, we will perform exterior envelope maintenance and repairs to prevent water infiltration in Grafe Main and Mitchell Halls and preserve Grafe Main Hall on the National Register of Historic Places. Both buildings will have selected exterior windows and doors replaced, as well as repairs to the masonry and stone facades. Followed up by a project at UW-Madison to replace the roof systems over 12 tennis courts and 6 squash courts at the Nielsen Tennis Center to maintain the building envelope integrity and prevent damage to the building and its contents. The low slope portions of the roof were replaced in the summer of 2018, and this project removes and replaces the remaining roof sections and systems. At UWM, this project completely removes and replaces the brick facade on the north, east, and south elevations from the top of the first floor limestone ribbon to the bottom of the 5th floor cornice on the Kenilworth Square East building. Due to the complete failure of the 109-year-old existing brick veneer, its full removal and replacement is required. And for the record, DFD has installed masonry safety measures to make sure that no one is harmed below. And lastly, at UW Parkside, we will renovate the facilities management center, which was constructed in 1975 and houses the main facilities offices, campus blueprint archives, project archives, facilities repair workshop, and 4 garage service bays for vehicle storage and maintenance. The HVAC system is original to the building and will be replaced, and the electrical system will be upgraded, new lighting installed throughout, and a new photovoltaic solar panel system installed on the roof.
Thank you, Alex. Any comments or questions from committee members? All right, seeing none, with unanimous consent, I move item number 15 to the full commission. Without objection, so moved. Next is item number 16, various all agency projects, and there are a lot of them. Nice job, everyone. Go ahead, Josh.
Item number 16 seeks the authority to construct various all-agency projects, 16 to be exact, across UW campuses. Alex might want to take a swig of water real quick before she starts talking about all of these. Alex, go ahead.
Well, I want to say everyone has worked really hard to get 16 out in front of you, so we're really pleased with this. So I'm going to do these by university. The first 2 are at Eau Claire. The heating plant lighting retrofit and building project replaces all exterior doors, windows, and lighting fixtures. All replacement units will be energy efficient and improve the envelope integrity. The second project, Hibbard and Schneider Hall's elevator replacement project, replaces elevator control systems with new other associated systems, as well as install new LED fixtures for elevator cab and corridor. At UW-Madison, 3 projects will address HVAC improvements in the nutritional sciences building, which contains laboratory space and houses animals. HVAC systems will be replaced with new energy efficient systems that meet current building code. Improvements to Woody's Towers A and B, completing the HVAC system upgrades, installing associated equipment and digital controls that provide ventilation to each resident's room. After the renovation of Woody Hall in 2019, housing staff noticed a significant increase in condensation on the walls and windows. And due to the unusual building envelope in combination with the building size and increased efficiency of the systems installed in 2019, it prevented the HVAC system from properly balancing indoor humidity levels. This project will install new dedicated air units for that use. At UWM, the University Services Research Building roof replacement replaces standing seam metal roof that is chronically leaking from multiple holes and panel seam joints issues that have been previously patched. At UW Oshkosh, the first of 2 projects, the Arts and Communication Building roof replaces roofing-related flashing, existing installation at various locations. These roof sections are more than 50 years old. The Halsley Science Center Chemistry Stockroom renovation project completely renovates campus chemistry stockroom to resolve deteriorated conditions and health and safety and building code deficiencies. Next, at UW Platteville, 2 of 3 projects replace roofing systems and associated components at the Doudna Hall and multi-building plaza deck systems. A new roofing system will be installed. Recent site inspections determined that roofing sections require replacement to address current leaking, weathered-worn, or damaged sections. The underground steam utilities repair projects will replace sections of the underground site, mechanical utilities enclosed in concrete box conduit, and reconstruct 2 utility pits. Project work includes the replacement of more than 50-year-old steam and condensate lines from the heating plant through various steam pits. At UW-Stevens Point, 2 projects address roof replacements at Baldwin and Neal residence halls and Old Main. The residence hall roof project replaces roof coverings and completes all other associated ancillary work. The Old Main roof replacement project replaces the steep sloped shingled roof on the historic facility. At UW Superior, the Gates Fieldhouse Old Main roof replacement projects will remove sections and install new roofing systems. At UW River Falls, the Falcon Center Knowles Building Chilled Water Service Replacement Project will provide a reliable chilled water utility service to the Knowles Physical Education Building. Project work includes extending the chilled water utility from the Falcon Center to the Knowles Building and replacement of the direct expansion systems. When we built the Falcon Center a few years ago, it was sized to provide cooling to the Knowles Building. And finally, at UW Whitewater, the steam and condensate utility replacement project replaces an existing steam box conduit with new direct buried and pumped condensate conduits.
Thank you, Alex. Well done. Any comments or questions from committee members? All right, then without objection, I move item number 16 to the full commission with unanimous consent. So moved. Finally, item number 17, grants for local projects program.
All right, item number 17 for the Department of Administration on behalf of statewide non-state grantees request the release of $50 million on behalf of 50 non-state grantees to provide grants for local construction projects with a statewide public purpose pursuant to 2023 Wisconsin Act 19. The Grants for Local Projects program received an overwhelming response with over 250 applications submitted. The $50 million in funding here today will significantly address critical public needs in health and wellness, economic and workforce development, arts and culture, and public services. By empowering these organizations to expand their capacity and infrastructure, the program creates long-term economic and social benefits across the state. With that, we're happy to take your questions.
Thank you, Josh. Comments or questions from committee members? Representative Swearingen.
Thank you. I just want to follow up on something we talked about in our pre-meeting as well. To say that I am disappointed would be an understatement when it comes to what happened with these grants in the Northwoods of Wisconsin. With the exception of one project in Forest County for the Sakagan Chippewa Tribe in Mole Lake, $0 were spent in the Northwoods in roughly 13, 14 counties. I think that's a travesty. I think there clearly are a lot of good projects here as well. But in terms of spreading the wealth, the DOA fell substantially short in taking care of some of these projects in the Northwoods.
Thank you, Representative Swearingen. Representative Whitkey.
So I believed I voiced most of my opinion in my briefing, but I have to follow up with my colleague, Commissioner Swearingen, and I myself am extremely disappointed in how this process was handled. Since May, I have been asking for this type of information and briefing before it came for a vote. We got none. I am just, that's really all I have to say now. I along with Commissioner Swearingen, believe that this process fell extremely short and has more of a partisan tint to it than anything else. And I think it does a great disservice to the 200 people that applied here, because I have a number of constituents that have projects that fit in exactly to what was said. missing the point on mental health. I have worked with WellPoint to try to improve mental health services delivered to our children in their school settings, and to not put them in this to finish off a wing that could provide more valuable services to them, I think is a travesty. So that's really all I'll say. And I will be reviewing this information much more closely as we move forward.
Thank you, Representative Wicke. Representative Billings, do you mind if I make a quick comment on that?
Well, I would just like to, as a committee member, there are a few points I'd like to make. I am sympathetic to my colleagues on this, on the subcommittee. I don't see partisanship when I look at the projects that are awarded in my area and in my district. I will tell you that. I don't see partisanship. I also would have liked to have more projects, more money come to my area. I think there was $487 million requested in grants, and the department had 50 million to give out. So as I'm talking to members in my district that didn't get funding, I am raising that issue that clearly this is a program that has high demand. I hope that it can be enumerated in the next budget, because clearly there's need out there. And then the second point I'd like to make, like you, Representative Wicke, I would have liked to have had more notice on the grant awards, and been able to comb through that information. I'm still looking through it like you are. But the problem with this program, as I also mentioned to people in my district, is that it's great to have a program like this, but we have a Department of Administration that is already overseeing, as you know, many, many, many projects. And to add review of all of these proposals on top of the workload, I think maybe in the future we have to consider workload. And it's impossible to hire temps to do this kind of work, but I think we have to be mindful of workload too. So I am sympathetic with your comments. And then I guess, Naomi, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you very much. And thank you so much for those comments. We discussed this a little bit in our briefings, and I really appreciate everyone's support on this. I know it was a quick turnaround. Just wanted to clarify that the process was just completed. It was conducted by a panel of civil servants within the Department of Administration, and we were getting a lot of interest and feedback from the grantees that they really needed this to move forward as quickly as possible. So we tried to fund as many projects as we could. As a couple of you have noted, the size of this is almost the same size as its own capital budget without any additional resources. So we tried to do the best we could and spread the money around as much as possible, but only having $50 million was it was very difficult to do. So the timing came about because the process had just completed with the panel, and we were really needing to get this funding out to the grantees who were ranked the highest for the award. So I apologize for the quick turnaround. It was the best we could do with the resources that we had, and really do appreciate your understanding and support. Secretary, I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add, otherwise, or Josh, but I'm happy to also answer any other questions.
No, I'll just echo, I can appreciate your concerns as well. We did follow a common process, was first time through for a very, very complicated, large grant program. I think we all learned a lot through it. And thank you to all those that were involved in reviewing it. It took hundreds of hours to get through all of this. I know that just like Representative Billings said, it uncovered a enormous need within our state. So I think it would be a great program. You know, again, learned a lot through the first time. And the 10-to-1, you know, I think for every one person that was said yes, there are 9 no's. So there were so many good projects that came forward. I think we've learned a lot. And if this continues to go on, I think we have a process now that we can follow, and we'll be able to improve upon everything we learned going forward. So again, thank you for your support, and your concerns are heard. We hear you, and we hope to get these dollars out to these incredible projects.
All right. Any other comments from committee members or staff? Okay. Then without objection, I will make a motion to forward item number 17 to the full commission with unanimous consent. And so moved. All right, that concludes the agenda for the Higher Education Subcommittee. We'll adjourn. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. See you at 11 o'clock.